summary.
Yep. Just an easy soundbite that both you as the board could use, and it's easier, because some people get into reading about it, some people don't. You know, but you do want, you know, everyone who's here to understand where it's going. So he definitely recognizes that.
Thank you. And then I only have 2 more questions. Is this the right time to ask? Before public?
Unless it's getting into the actual considerations of
No.
the resolutions.
No. Okay.
Can we do
thank you.
citizens to be heard? Or are we doing this after?
I just have a question on number.
I didn't open the hearing.
I just want to ask, is it?
That's what we gotta do now.
Okay, so it's after that.
Right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So I hereby open the public hearing. Is there anybody wishing to be heard from the public on this? Seeing none, I hereby, yes,
Okay, I do have a question.
sure.
Okay, Rosie Bredick, 4248 North Ardmore Avenue. And maybe I missed it, but what's the per capita debt in Shorewood? I'm just curious where it's going and how it compares
The
with
per
other
capita
villages.
debt.
Yeah,
That will be in the final budget document, which compiles a lot of additional statistics in addition to just the
I guess
the
I'm
budget numbers.
just curious about the debt, and that
No,
seemed like a good way to
it's a
measure it.
great-
And I'm just curious how
The
it,
typical way we measure it is a percentage of our equalized value. But you can take it, and the debt is what, about 16 or?
We're actually adding some residents too here in the
Yeah.
last few years, so. I usually don't prepare those statistics until after the budget's been finalized, and then we do publish a comprehensive budget book, 350 pages of love and excitement, and those statistics will be in the front section of that.
probably not that interesting.
Here's just the front page of the 2017, because or pardon me, 20 last year. So that's just a reference book
All
for
right,
you.
okay, great. I'll give it back.
But we admit to that.
Okay, so I was just curious how we compare with other villages, surrounding villages, and just curious about when it goes up, down, how to.
Please
Take a
feel free
look
to
at it.
email me, and I can certainly respond to you specifically on that if you're
Okay, I
interested.
mean,
I'd
I'm
be
expecting
happy.
you to spend a whole lot of time, but I'm just curious.
No, we go through that process just as not prepared at this point.
Great. Okay, thanks.
Is there anybody else that wants to be heard on the public hearing portion of this? Seeing none, I hereby close the public hearing. And now okay, does anybody have any questions that aren't related to the actual considerations of the resolution? Yes.
Thank you. So, for one of the slides, page 16, capital projects fund. The Wilson Drive reconstruction is 3.5, and then later on it talks about infrastructure for 625,000. Can you just, is the total then for Wilson 4.13 million with those 2 items? The second one is on page, summary of 2018 budget workshops. The last.
Well, that's outside of the public hearing presentation, but certainly let me get that information. That's part of the board materials.
Oh, it's not in one of the slides here.
It's in the slides, it's on page,
Which-
oh, I thought so.
Which slide?
You're talking about this type of,
Yeah, it's.
yeah, that's board materials.
Okay, so I'll
Let me
ask.
look and find the reference.
Item 21.
Yeah. I numbered them, wasn't that smart?
That was indeed.
You don't say so
Proud of you.
I think the total's just 3.5, I think we had this
What's
conversation.
3.5 for the road surfaces, grade level, and then 625 for the sewer and stormwater improvements below grade associated with that corridor.
Do we typically split it out like that
Yes,
into the utility?
yes.
For other road projects?
Those are funded differently.
Okay. Can I just ask that, just for clarity on what is the 625 for? Is it sewer?
Sewer and stormwater improvements. And you're probably more familiar with the Wilson Drive plan than I am, so.
I don't know that those numbers exactly match the numbers that we had last week Monday, but I will certainly go through those with Mark to make sure that they do.
And the reason I asked this last week, Monday too, I really want clarity as we're adopting this budget. I'm pretty sure, based on our reductions that we took last meeting on Wilson, that we got down, including sewer, because the sewer was listed in that, to 3.4. And I just want to be clear that this isn't an addition. Just because it's in the packet, I want to adopting on that. So, do you remember, Paul?
No, I was trying to look, but
Tristan?
Yeah, the finance department has not received a report on this decision. We got it.
Well, I know the stormwater estimates were in those
Right.
budgets that we were talking about last week.
Right, I didn't think there was any extra.
yeah, I don't have it because
These were
My understanding is that's built into that overall project perspective, but please consider that we also have to allocate engineering, design, and inspections, installation costs. So that was the estimate based on the last data that we have available when we prepared the budget.
I just want to know, this 3.5, it probably has to be lowered, because it's, if you, the two should add up to whatever we adopted last week, which was 3.6, we get a final budget.
Yeah, right. But I believe that what we talked about last week was construction costs. And I think for Mark's purposes, he also has to capitalize the related engineering and inspection costs, so that the amount that you're talking would be universal.
But it's not
But we've
60.
been-
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with the
This
material you
year.
discussed last week. So I really
Yeah, I don't
can't say.
think he's updated for what the meeting we had on the 20th.
That's
yeah,
correct.
and in fact, the bottom line number that we arrived at last week included not only engineering and construction
Right.
oversight, but also included a contingency.
Contingency, and it
So-
also included all the sewer work, because there was a whole section on the sewer.
But do you have the number?
I don't, because we were working with a PDF and she was changing,
Yeah.
she was taking X's and O's
Yeah.
and manipulating that, and I didn't want to confuse things by having my own copy of something that might not match what Mary Beth was presenting and what we approved, so I don't, but it's in the record.
Yeah, so can we
But
just?
it's less
I don't-
than,
It's less than this, so I'm not fine moving, I'm all about budget adoption, is there a way that it can be corrected after the fact?
Sure, I think, and the interpret me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Correct what you're saying. We can get that spreadsheet from Mary Beth.
That's correct. I don't have the updated numbers yet, but as soon as I do, I will work with Mark to make sure that.
And then that can also be circulated to the
Yeah, we
board,
will.
as well as Mark.
Okay, are we gonna?
Well,
Because we just don't have any documentation other than the budget, like Trustee Menta had said before, we don't have anything else but this. And so we've done this before, we kind of changed it, and then it hasn't reflected it, and it's confusing, because it's the only public document that records, besides the minutes, a change in funding.
Right, I would suggest that we adopt the budget as is, but amend the budget at some future date with the actual numbers for Wilson Drive, because if it's too confusing to have the higher number in there, and then that sort of becomes what people reference, and, I would prefer to have the budget amended to actually reflect the decisions we made on the 20th.
Is this the only place that the 3.5 million is showing?
Well, yeah, it's estimated construction cost, and then the offset to that is estimated borrowed proceeds.
But it does show up, I'm sorry, Mark, it does show up, if I remember correctly, in the utility budget as 6, correct? I mean, in the budget.
Same deal,
So it's
yes.
gonna say 3.5 in roadway under general capital, and then it's gonna say an additional 625 in
That's
sewer.
correct.
And they're all in one budget. So we're adopting,
Well,
no?
I mean, they're all in one project, and not all in one budget.
But
So, and that's my
Yeah.
distinction, but
adopt them separately, do we? The utility budget?
Well, my initial question was what the board's preference is to amend the budget based on current estimates or to amend the budget when the bids come back in that reflect what we're actually going to anticipate spending. Just some guidance on that so I can be adequately prepared.
Well, my preference would be to adopt a budget that adequately reflects all of our votes to date, but if we don't have that number, then I would like to quickly amend it to reflect the decision that was made. And then if I don't know, Trustee Mento, if you had made that suggestion last time, were you making the suggestion of also amending it to reflect actuals?
No,
I think it's
no,
just
I
what we
mean, to
adopt.
me, it's more a planning issue, and if we have the budget reflecting, 600,000 more than for this particular project, including both the general capital and the sewer, then we intend, and we engineered and discussed and we adopted, that I mean, it's not so important to me that it reflect construction costs, but that as our planning document, it's consistent with the action we took. My question is, does any of this affect the levy number at all? Okay.
Well, I mean, obviously, as the board
It should.
refines their project scope, I mean, that's the real meat and potatoes of what the body approves, as well as the general budget. And obviously, as that number changes, the amount of funds we have to borrow will change, and that will, in the long term, will have a levy impact, but not
But
in
not for
2018.
2018.
Right. Can I ask for clarification on that? Is it not affecting the budget because so the 3.5, just say, would be lowered by 600,000, it would be 2 point something, right? We have the budget to reflect it, but it's because we're borrowing, so we're not actually affecting the limits we're borrowing, and there's no debt service for this 18.
Right, so we would reduce both numbers by the same number and have no appreciable difference, other than the fact that we would try to get closer to the somewhat spontaneous current state of affairs with the project.
So that's good to know. But so my preference would be to amend it if we're not adopting it with the stuff that we already adopted. The numbers.
Is that clear?
No.
But you can
Oh,
move to
sorry.
do whatever you.
No, you asked the question, would you amend it to reflect now, to reflect what we actually voted on last week? Or would you also, or would you vote to reflect actuals? I think that was your question, like for when we actually get the costs in and then amend it?
I might have been a little unclear based on your previous discussion that you wanted to amend it subsequent to tonight.
Yes.
And then my question was, well, do you want to use your planning numbers, or do you want to do one budget amendment when the actual construction bids come in? And I think you answered it that you want to amend it based on planning numbers once that information can be, and then we'll go from there.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready to,
I actually have one more comment, if you would be so kind. Initially, the request for funding for refuse recycling collection carts was anticipated to be expended in 2017. That not being the case at this point, similar to previous comments, I think it would be pertinent to reflect the anticipation of those expenditures in the 2018 budget to increase the surplus applied amount, which would be capital fund reserves, anticipated to be spent in 2018 by the $211,800, and then move the corresponding expenditure line item for DPW equipment is where I would suggest classifying that from $0 to $211,800,000 so that we reflect our anticipated expenditures for 2018.
What were we gonna do, can you just explain what we were gonna do in terms of budgeting if it was made this year, and then what the change is by doing it for next year?
Well, it's my understanding that the board approved the expenditure to use capital reserves in 2017. And now we're crossing into a new budget year, so I prefer that be budgeted accordingly.
Would that affect our
Affect the
expenditure
200.
limit?
No,
Why? If it's a
because it's not property tax money outside the general fund, it doesn't affect. It's in the capital project funds, from capital project reserves, it will not affect expenditure limits. Only the tax dollars outside of the general fund.
Isn't capital projects a tax dollars?
Not when it's reserves for expenditure restraint consideration.
Are you saying in the resolution, when we get to that, that the capital project fund expenditures that are currently $550,486 needs to be increased?
No, what I'm saying, when we get to that.
Oh, you actually got it.
I
Okay.
scribbled it down here, is to increase those two line items to those amounts from to, so that item can be properly reflected in the 2018 budget. We may keep that, but that would go with resolution 2017-6.